My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is in. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Set, ready. 15 on it. 15 on it. He's coming. Check in. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Check 13. Check 13. 1, 6, 4, 3.
On 1st and 10, Bradley. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Check 24, check 24. 66, boost, half. Short. Hey, Mike 52. Hey, come on, oh. 5-2's the Mike. Mike 5-2.
To throw again, Bradley. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Mike 2.
On 3rd down, Bradley. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. It was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go, man.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Get ready.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Whether it's the toss or the pitch, you get him the ball outside the tackles on the edge. He's a tough man to bring down.
He certainly is, and it makes people wonder on the other side of the ball. Do I really want to deal with him when he gets a full head of steam? At the same time, he's also congratulating his tackle, tight end, wide receiver on that side. They gave him access to the corner and allowed him to build up that head of steam.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jamie Collins coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
3 down. Check.
Back to throw. Bradley. And the pressure gets to him again. Gerald McCoy, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Looking to throw. Bradley. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
Green 80! 59.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. For the first play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14. This will be caught by Brown. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The D-tackle, Sheldon Richardson, came barreling in for the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
The 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, first and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10. Mixon with a first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a second and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw on second down, Bradley. It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Orbit. 52's the mic, boys. 52. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Mike 52. We hold this.
From the gun on third down, Bradley. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Check three.
Now Wilson. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it they're picking up the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Johnson running right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Double dog. That's the way. Watch out.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 yards there, 1st down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. To throw is Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. A little careless with a football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. In for the sack, Deion Jones. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this 1st quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
Yeah. Mike 38.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Bradley. Catch made here by Campbell. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
And And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Off the play fake. Bradley under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jamie Collins able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
It's 2nd and 10 at the 10-yard line.
4 down. Here we go.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And a Jaguar 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
14.
Here's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
I can't believe they let you play.
Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Mike 2. Let's go one more. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
On 1st down, Mixon. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run on first down. Mixon, he'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 8. Flush to his right, and he slides to avoid the hit. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Bradley. And the throw there going to be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership...
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Randy Gregory. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. They give to Johnson going right. Finding room at the 30. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Now it's Wilson. He sets to fire deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Quincy Wilson that time, was able to make the play defensively. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They'll run it with Johnson. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field still...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. there's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know what they've always said? I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Now the pass brought in by Roberts. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Wilson. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll go down at the 28. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Check, block 54, block 54. Hey, tight down, there you go.
And some room to roam now. They were trying to go to Brown once again.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
19.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, his first touchdown of the new season. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Wilson. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Play action. Now Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making... His presence felt. He gets the sack.
A loss of 7 on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
Back 315. Mike 54. I don't think you got it, son.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 45. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
At the 36-yard line.
Watch the run. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Joe Mixon, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are back within a single score. And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Joey Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Check. Fresno. Rush in.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Once again, they run with Mixon.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Let's get off the field, D.
From the gun, Bradley gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, Bradley, Campbell making the catch. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play, now 2nd and 13.
Tighten up.
Now they run with Mixon. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Bradley. And now here is another interception. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown.
Touchdown City, baby. Touchdown City.
And now onto the field comes the Jags offense. They'll go for 2. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that one.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off play action. Bradley staying on his feet. Runs through the contact. Eluding the pressure right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. That's taken on the 25. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Let's get it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Hey, alert. Check 24.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Switch.
Roberts has it. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll stay on the ground, mix it again, and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
SOS.
Throwing on first down. Bradley. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards on the play. First down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Bradley being chased out left. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Mike, 2. Watch 2. All day, baby, all day. Hustle. Choose the mic. Watch the screen.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bradley. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Alec Ogletree in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
Set, hut, Henry. Mark 38. Go.
To throw on 3rd down. Bradley. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Let's get the ball. 52's the mic, boys. 50. Let it go.
On 4th down, Bradley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ramsey with a sack on the corner blitz. But down 2 scores. I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Zero. 40.
On 2nd and 1, Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw from his end zone. Bradley in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Point after here coming up. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
Off the play fake. Bradley. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Deion Jones able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On third down, Mixon. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Got an open man. That's Campbell. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Deion Jones getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
That's going to be a long day. Kill. Mike, 2. Watch 2.
Looking to throw on second down. Bradley over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
From the gun on third down, Bradley. And able to find Conley. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 36.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 1st and 10, Bradley. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks.
Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And the Jags grab it. He's at the 40. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
I'm coming after you. Tempo. Watch the twins. Check 52.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Now Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The Jaguars on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. This will be caught by Brown. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
The kicker on for the point after.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
16.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares?
Touchdown, Indianapolis. Harris Campbell, 81 yards. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 17-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. That one looks like he'll throw here. Caught. It's Wilson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Touch 50.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. Quincy Wilson in on the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
A gain of 4 yards.
Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. The trick play works. Excellent execution. 18 yards on that fake and a first down. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jags, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they will fall to 1-1, and they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.